The city of Grand Rapids is home to numerous beautiful and interesting neighborhoods, one of which is Ottawa Hills. Here, residents say there's a great sense of community. Some even consider it a step back in time, all having to do with the intricate weaving of great neighborhood charm mixed with charming neighbors. There are so many stories emanating from the homes in Ottawa Hills, the beautiful tree-lined streets were at one time home to a golf course. Developers, they say, followed the fairways when designing and building the homes in the 1920s. The beauty of the neighborhood is evident. But did you know there are some fascinating stories brimming out of the homes that line these fairway-guided streets? We didn't know, but we found someone who did. Pamela VanderPloeg spent countless hours researching and writing an entire book on the architecture, the builders, and those who lived in these homes in those earlier days.
Okay, so we are here in the Ottawa Hills neighborhood today, and I am with Pam VanderPloeg, who has written this amazing book on architecture and the like here in Ottawa Hills. This is a big piece of the history of Ottawa Hills, correct?
It is. Ottawa Hills was once a farm, and then from that estate, someone had the idea to build a golf course. That was about 1905. In 1921, 3 golf courses had gone through this property, and they were all gone. The land was vacant. Grand Rapids, the city was expanding. It was post-World War I. There was a housing shortage. They were looking to areas where they could build, and this area looked prime because it was so beautiful.
So Pam, one of my biggest questions is, why did you decide to write this particular book about all of the architecture and all of these homes in this particular neighborhood?
The thing that really distinguished it is a lot of times a neighborhood will have one developer, an architect that will design all the homes. But in this neighborhood, especially in this first section, people bought a lot and they often hired an architect and a builder. And so the houses, they followed a pattern of historic revival. So they're quaint and they have individual, extraordinary characteristics that made them interesting to me.
We're going to take a walk because we have some interesting homes and interesting people that lived in a lot of these homes.
Correct. That is the fun part of this, of why I wrote the book. The people were so interesting. Homes and buildings are interesting, but it's the people that bring them to life.
Well, let's take a walk.
All right, let's do it. So it was Charles Leonard Whittier, and what makes him special, he and Lucille lived here. His grandfather invented the Leonard cleanable refrigerator. It was one of the first refrigerators ever. So the people that lived here have interesting provenance.
And we're going to look at some more that have some very interesting backgrounds as well.
Yes, yes. I love this house. It's beautiful. That would be enough of a reason. But what I really love about this house is that it was designed by a woman architect. Her name was Louise Gillio. Her father was Clarence Gillio, and he ran the printing department for the Grand Rapids Herald. And I really think that helped her get her stories out. These were the 4+, because other people helped too, but decided to start the Hollyhock Parade on the 4th of July. So I think that's what's kept this neighborhood going, is really community. Okay, and this is a really fun house. This house had 2 very famous residents. From 1940 to 1945, the gentleman that lived here with his wife, who was a Grand Rapids native, he was a baseball player. And his name was Wally Pipp, and Wally Pipp made a big mistake. He played for the Yankees from about 1915 to 1925, thereabouts. He got a headache one night, so he stayed home, and they put somebody in his place, Lou Gehrig. And Lou Gehrig had that spot for a long time after that. That was the end of Wally Pipp's tenure as the first baseman for the Yankees. But before Wally Pipp lived there, another interesting guy, M.E. Davenport. And M.E. Davenport started working for a Grand Rapids Business College. Well, it was floundering at a certain point, and he saved the school. Today we know the Grand Rapids Business College as Davenport University. And they both families lived in this beautiful home.
The core of all of this, you look at the architecture, you look at who lived here, it is the people, would you say?
I would say so. To me, the serious part was inventorying the homes, who designed them, who built them. The fun and most living element was who resided in these homes, what they did, what their life was like. Just a little bit of that just brings them to life, I think.
There are up to 300 homes in the Ottawa Hills neighborhood. An annual newsletter keeps residents up to date on all the activities and happenings, such as the yearly Hollyhock Parade, as well as the beautiful garden tours. Ottawa Hills Association President Mike Hansen says this area remains incredibly popular, and he too says it's the people that reside in these beautiful homes that makes this area so special.
You have neighborhoods all over the city, but it's the people that make that neighborhood special, and the people that live in this neighborhood make it special. And we've got a very diverse neighborhood, a lot of people from different backgrounds and so forth, and they volunteer, they put on block parties, they really work together, they look out for each other, so it's a special place.
Could you imagine yourself living anywhere else?
No. This is just, it's perfect for us. We like to walk, we like to bike ride, we're so close to everything, the people. No, I don't see us moving anywhere else. It's just a very nice neighborhood.
And speaking of the people, longtime resident Fred Davison is one of the ones who puts neighbor into neighborhood. A past association president, he grew up here as a kid, left, and then made his way back. And this has been his home for the last 39 years. He says things are running full circle as it relates to the community that is Ottawa Hills.
So we have a lot of young families that now are in the neighborhood, similar to when I was growing up in the 1950s.
I was going to say, it's kind of like history repeating itself.
It recycles, and that's what we're in. We're in another new cycle of new families, and it's really exciting to see. We will sit out here and look at the families across the street, and there will be anywhere from 12 to 14 kids either playing basketball or volleyball, or they'll be playing baseball off the corner. That's the same thing I did over here. We used this large intersection as a softball area, and there was occasions when line drives were bounced off homes and glass windows were shattered, but everybody seemed to understand it because that was the area that we were in.
Fred, could you envision yourself living anywhere else?
No, really. And it's because the community, the people are really wonderful. They're good neighbors, good friends, and everybody steps out to do the things that they can to help each other.
Celebrating vibrant people.
Captivating places and remarkable things.
This is Living West Michigan.
I'm all about you.